Hi, everybody. Welcome to Interesting AF or Interesting as Fuck on our last episode of season one, which is, season finale, which is insane because this was just an idea at a bar once
Yeah. Yeah.
and we did it. And so we wanted to, okay, those two programming notes. So, number one, we have the second half of Pope, the most powerful man in the world, and we have 3 episodes left. Now, given that our illustrious host, Elaine, will be going to Italy in the next coming months, we wanted to take a break from that one and give her like her impressions in Italy and then come back and kind of, see those 3 episodes through this lens, because the last 3 episodes are very specific around wartime, which is a little too on the
Ugh.
nose right now. And how to deal with scandal and all of that. So, we're kind of giving people, maybe less heaviness over the summer. And then we'll start back up in September with that. But for this episode, we really wanted to just talk about what we've learned, and let you guys know that we'll be taking a break for the summer, which we hope you do as well. I know PTO in some countries is low, but take a break,
Use it.
reset, use it, use it,
Use
use
it
it.
every single second of it.
Exactly. And then, yeah. So I don't know if you want to take us away, Elaine, on what you've learned.
Sure. Oh man. I've learned quite a bit. I think one of the main things that sticks out to me is that I have an opinion on everything. Like even something I may not necessarily be. Man, I wish you guys could see what's going on Linda's screen right now. But there's a lot of sock puppets in her face and attempting to be put in her mouth, maybe in her ears and up her nose. So yeah, just figured I'd give the play-by-play while that was getting cleared out. Anyway, I have an opinion on anything and everything.
We keep it real here, as it were.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. Which some people may hate, but it's helpful for this podcast, that's for sure. Even if it's not so much that I have an opinion on something, I like to talk through things. And so even to be able to come to a decision or an opinion by talking through both sides of it, which I think we've done several times on here. And then also clearly we're having fun. Would you say 37 episodes this will be? That's insanity. So we're clearly having a good time. I think there's a lot of we could take a lot of the lessons learned in terms of if anybody out there wants to help with the sound engineering side or the editing, we are not efficient in this at all. So I think a lesson learned is we could use some help, which is oftentimes a hard thing for people to admit. But I'm having a good time. I'm having a really good time. What about you?
And I 100% agree. The thought process is, I thought I was intellectually curious before, and I think we both thought we did. But I think this gives us the space to just work through something, like you said, right? So
Yeah.
we have a set amount of time, and we kind of know what we want to talk about, what we want to kind of the theme, but really kind of it's an exploration in kind of your brain a little bit of how you really think of something, how you're getting to a conclusion, and how you're getting to your opinion. I think, everybody has the right to their opinion. The idea is it substantial? Is it thought through? Are you just having an opinion because you're repeating it, or are you having an opinion because you really thought through it? And I think that's what kind of this show has allowed us to do a little bit as well, kind of talk through and kind of show people that, we're, smart people, we'd like to think, but that doesn't mean we know everything. That doesn't mean we don't doubt things. That doesn't mean we're not wrong a lot of the time.
We're also allowed to change our opinions on things.
Yes. Ooh, I think people have not. And I think that's comes down to the whole social media,
Yeah.
throw up, which I'm calling it throw up. Now I'm not calling it backlash. I'm just calling it throw up because, and you heard it here, because that's all it is. Like people listen to something, make a snap judgment, and throw up. And
Yeah.
no, we're allowed, obviously there are some red lines and we can talk about those till the end of the world. But you're allowed to learn. You're allowed to learn and update your opinion and evolve. And I
Yep.
think that's also something, I've learned, right? Like that my brain does look for kind of that outlet to say, let's go, let's think about this, let's think it through. And honestly, this has been such a great outlet for me. Work has been very
Good.
difficult this year for me.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a great thing to go beyond just work and have a different, like, part of me exude itself type of thing. Minus obviously the sound engineering, which please, for the love of God, somebody help us.
Well, I think that's another lesson learned is like we recorded an entire season, not just of like our regular show, but like the doc is in, which we also really like. And so I think we can take the summer to obviously again take vacation, and kind of like get more developed for next year and double down and commit to realizing like I think we've got something interesting, pun intended here. So like how do we take this to the next level? And I think just because like we're two working moms, like sometimes that it hasn't happened yet, right? Like we've clearly put time and energy into this. But I think the lesson learned is like we did have fun. It is a good outlet. We keep seeing topics that we talk about like a week or two later, like we'll see a maybe that's just our phones listening to us, but but like right after we did the third place thing, I kept seeing like all of a sudden everyone was talking about it. So I think we're you know not onto something. We're clearly not like coming up with something that doesn't exist before, but I don't know. I think we bring a unique perspective, and it's something we want to continue investing time in.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I think these topics are coming up because people really want to know about them, right? So,
Yeah.
um and my theory, I've told you this. I have my theory is we have really big problems right now. Like in the world we're facing, you know, male loneliness, we're facing economic distress, we're facing all these things. And my thought process is that we don't have the big thinkers of the 50s and the 60s and the
Mm-mm.
70s because we're too busy answering our emails and reacting.
Yeah.
We're not taking the moment to think. And I sincerely hope that the people that come in and listen to this, also you're listening to us, but you're also thinking about what we're saying, right? You're thinking about how you connect to people and how we kind of move forward through this earth to try to like make some sign of purpose or kindness or, even kind of progress. And I think that's what this podcast has also taught me, that I am not thinking enough, and which is wild to say because I think all the time, but I am not truly, I'm just reacting. I'm like going from one thing to
Right.
another, from sock puppet to other things. And I think, this really gave me a moment to really go, oh, I'm going beyond, getting lunches ready and signing up for things and doing all this. Oh, this is a thought process around, how we see that. And I think to your point, we will be taking the summer to recharge, but we'll also be taking the summer to think about where we take season two. Think about, the doc is in. And I will say, the doc is in has like blown my mind consistently and constantly. And I cannot wait for season two. Like I
Oh
have a
yeah.
feeling like there's so many things down the pike that like you've kind of kept. And I'm like, I feel like, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be
Well,
wild.
immediately after we finish the Pope documentary, we know where we're going. You know where we're going.
Is
We're
it
going
is it the
12,000 feet under the water
Yeah,
because
we are. Why?
Because
Why did you do that?
because
Why did you?
because because
Pop,
because
pop.
because because snap, crackle, fucking pop. Because we share a lot of memes and reels. I don't know that there's a single topic we shared more on than the fucking Titan submersible.
Oh my god.
So get ready.
So you already know what our second doc is in is. See, look at us planning already.
We're already
So
planning ahead.
great.
We're like so spur of the moment this season. We're gonna be like the day before. We'll be like, what are we fucking talking about tonight?
What are we doing? Which, I feel
Promise
like
to be
I
more
we
organized.
have we are, but I feel like we also like need to be stir of the moment in case, there's
Yeah,
topics that come up and stuff. But yeah, second one is going to be the Ocean Gate one. So if you want to take the summer
awesome
while you're
percent.
at the beach to watch this documentary.
There's two. There's the Netflix one, and there's one on Max from Disney from Discovery Plus.
Okay, I'm going to have to take a
Mm.
look at that.
Mm.
God
The
bless.
Netflix one is anxiety inducing, but I mean, so is the other one, but
I
just not nearly as anxiety
I
inducing
feel
as the
like we should release our like texts.
Netflix receipts. Yes,
The receipts
I
of
will put
going,
them on the
what?
Instagram page. I will.
Oh
I'll
my
put some
god.
on the Instagram page. Some of the highlights,
Oh
because
my god.
mother of
Oh my
pearl.
god. Mother
Yeah.
of pearl. Or mother of the heart of the ocean, whichever one you would like
Yes.
to pick.
Oh man.
Oh,
So here's a question for you. What was your favorite episode, and then what was your favorite Doc is in episode?
my favorite episode has got to be the dating one. I really love the
I think
dating
that's
one.
mine too. The dating and the love
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
I think that one ended up being like an hour.
yeah, and we just like started like I mean, I think and that one I think we did at night too. So I think we might want to try to
Yeah.
do more at night with
Yeah,
beverages
more with
type of thing.
alcohol.
Yes. Always more with alcohol. Yeah, I feel like that's
Although
it's kind of
the chatbot one's
yes.
probably one of my favorites too.
Did you speaking of chatbot one, did you see
Fucking
there was an article which I've bookmarked but I haven't had a chance to read where a guy proposed to his chatbot girlfriend and
yep.
she said yes.
But to me, that's not even like the lead story. The lead story is like the dude would leave. He's married, and that this. Did
Uh,
you not see this part? Did you not see this
no, no. I just saw the article and like linked it, but I didn't see there was a video. I guess I saw something that was just like a thing and I like saved it to go read later.
He's married and said that because like a person like asked the wife, being like, "Well, what do you think of all this?" And when the husband was asked, like, what would you say to your wife if she was like, I would really prefer you not do this, or you should do less of this. This is unhealthy. He'd be like, I'd have to think about that. Like, I'm pretty sure he would leave his wife for his chatbot, is essentially what he was not saying, but saying.
We're broken, man.
We're living in the upside down.
I
This is a
mean, that's crazy. I mean, I don't
yeah,
um and I think when we talk about how we connect to people, we're clearly missing on, connecting with other humans if we're now connecting to technology instead,
yeah,
right? And I think it's a lot of the time where we don't know how to talk to people. Yes, very interesting story. I asked out a friend that I wanted to go to happy hour with. So like I've worked with this person for a long time, and like one time we were on a call and I was like, "You know what? I want to hang out with this person on a personal basis. Let me just ask her for and I was so nervous about it. I was like, "What if she says no? What if she doesn't want to hang out? What?" So even the most self-possessed person, which I find myself, pretty like, I was like, "Oh my god, can I do this? Can I do this?" So like I think the anxiety of rejection, I think, is one of the biggest factors, I feel like, for
Yeah.
most of the time, because the chatbot isn't going to reject him, right?
Right.
He's
Right.
They're never going to say no. They're never going to say, I don't think this is a good idea. But I think
No.
that an episode alert for fear of rejection.
Ooh, yes. I've got a lot to say about that. Shocker.
Shh. Ditto.
This is
Ditto.
the one who's
So,
had to make cold calls very often. Like,
oh
I've
yeah,
got
I
good
bet you.
stories. I've got really good stories for that one.
I bet
Write
you
it down.
do. Yeah, fear of rejection. We're gonna do that one. But I think that's it happens to everybody, and I think if this guy is married and he's talking to this chatbot, clearly he's not connecting to his wife, and she's not obviously
Right.
also connecting. Right? It's a two-way street.
Of course.
I don't think it's all like one person or the other, but
Right.
um,
Right.
you know, so
There's a tiny
but yeah,
person lingering.
there is a tiny person. You want to say?
Hey, buddy.
um, um, and so you know, and that's kind of the essence of why we started this, right? How do we connect to people? How do we keep that connection? And how do we make new connections? And what do you talk about?
Yeah.
So, I think fairly during this whole process, I've really just learned that we really want to just learn more, talk more, and connect more, which,
Yeah.
I feel like is a great tagline if we wanted to.
Oh, I like it. And we
Just-
definitely just learning more about like this whole process. Like how do we get subscribers, listeners, followers, right? Like
yeah.
those are lessons to be learned, I think.
Oh, for sure. I think one of the things I think we've done pretty well. I think we're around 500 listens, which is I
Sweet.
think pretty good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Pop the champagne.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So once we hit 1,000 listens, that'll be like a whole thing. But yeah, I think how do we spur more people to listen? How do we kind of engage with that? So I think that's one lesson again, like you said, to be learned. Something maybe we'll take a we'll try to listen, try to read more, learn more over the summer, and maybe discuss here because I think nitty
Yeah.
gritty. I think is always nice to talk about and explore. Um, so yeah, that's one of those things. Another lesson I think to be learned is really getting feedback from people. I think we don't I think I've had like some feedback from some friends that I've shared the podcast with, but not really like kind of people that don't know me and want to spare my feelings. Not that I have friends that want to spare my feelings in that sense. Like I think I have pretty honest friends in that. But like, brutal honesty I
Yeah.
feel like only comes from strangers or people that hate your guts.
And but also just putting yourself out there. That's where it comes from, right? Like we're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Just
that's
takes guts.
takes guts, guts. But yeah, that to me is kind of what I've learned, like in total. Like how do we engage? How do we, put out content that is interesting to people? And I think we've got that. I think there is a lot of information that people want to learn. It's just how to get it in front of people that want to learn it.
Yeah,
Um, so that's goals. I know we were talking about lessons, but I feel like we've dipped into goals as well.
for sure.
Um,
For season
so
2.
yeah, yeah, season 2. Oh my, I can't believe that. I can't
What?
believe.
I know. I know.
Ah,
Wild.
it was only yesteryear where we, did our first one. Where then I proceeded to lose the episode, which then we had to re-record.
Which we then redubbed
Woo!
because we sounded like we were underwater. Again, we're learning. For
Exactly.
real, we're
And
learning.
then and then the one where we tried to record but found out that the thing that we had chosen didn't do for dual, like you had to be in the same space.
Yeah, and then also when we were traveling together and realized, like,
Yes.
we can run out of space.
Yes, we can. Or power. So charge up.
Yes. Oh
God
god. We're
bless.
not technical.
Yeah, the travel one was also, I have to say, number
Just
2 is
opinionated.
travel was really good. Yeah,
That was
that
a
was
really
fun
good
to
one.
like do together.
That was I'm trying to think
Um
of what my favorite doc is in would be. Because that one I just have so much fun. Because that's an idea I've had for God a decade at this point. So
I have to
again, not
say, I
original,
have
just fun.
yeah, no, like I mean, I think it's all about how you do something, right? It's always about the how.
Yeah.
Which I always like think is the devil's in the details, right? I don't know why I keep going back to It Might Get Loud.
Oh yeah, that's such a good one. I keep going back to Man on Wire because it's just such a good movie.
That's such a good one. Like my brain,
But
like I'm
like
trying to like think of them, and that one like is the one that like I just coalesce
your
around.
your reaction with the uh this is a robbery though is such a good one. Hold on, what I can do, which it might be that one. I can pull up pretty quick.
The what the fuck meter?
Um the what the fuck meter and we can talk about which one got your biggest rating.
Oh
So we may or
yeah,
may not
that's
just do.
true. And you had a
Oh, here
couple
we
of
go.
them where you had, yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay. So the number one biggest what the fuck meter was SNL 50 Years of Music at a
Oh yeah,
25
because
out of 10.
inject that 10 minutes into my fucking veins. Like just
And
inject it. I
then
want to live off of that. That like would power my battery for the entirety of my life.
the second is the second part of This is a Robbery. You gave it a 20 out of
Oh my god. That episode, man.
10.
Man. There's so like I mean, come on. Like and then when they like played us where it was like, "Oh, we found the pain the seascape." I was like, "Really? You
I was
toying
so
with us
mad.
like that?"
Just
So
for a
mad.
stupid fucking movie. God damn it.
What movie
Hollywood
was it
playing with
either?
us
Like,
again.
do we even know? Do we even know what
No,
movie it
I
was
have no
for?
idea. I have
And
no
I'm
idea.
not watching it on principle now.
No, no, no,
You don't,
not doing it.
you don't, nope. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I just love this like, I love this podcast.
Yeah.
Love talking to you more than I usually do anyway.
We do have a good
I feel
time.
like how many like actual like mediums do we talk through?
Oh, dear God. 10? Text,
Probably
Teams,
text, Teams,
Instagram,
Instagram, email.
Gear, GChat, email. Two kinds of email, work and personal. I'm at 7.
That's right. Seven. Seven.
We
Seven
could throw
ways.
WhatsApp in there. You want
We
to just
can.
fucking
We
start
have
throwing
sent a
WhatsApp in there
WhatsApp
just
message
shits and
just for
giggles?
shits. We have done that.
Signal? You want to download Signal and discuss
I
some
have
fucking
Signal.
national
I have
matters?
Signal.
So
You know,
do
my
I.
husband's all about, oh, I need it to be encrypted. So, hey, we'll get to 10. We'll get to 10.
We could totally get to 10.
Totally get to 10. And
Blue
like, this
sky.
isn't just like, yeah, oh, yeah. And this isn't just like, oh, once a week type of thing. It's
It's
like
like
pretty
legit
much.
conversations going at like braided simultaneously. 3 different strands. If we could chat on New York Times games, we would. So I'm good.
Oh, yeah, we
10
would.
right there.
Which I'd probably get like immediately kicked off for like all of the things that I want to do to connections that
Oh,
aren't.
I've only gotten one guess because I took one more look and was like, get fucked. Today's
Yeah.
connections is fucking stupid. We should totally do an episode about New York Times games choosing violence.
Yes, constantly. And I would also be remiss not to have purple have its own episode.
Yes, 100%.
Just purple and just be
Like,
like,
fucking all the words start with the first 3 letters of a breed of dog. Fuck you.
yeah, and like how am I supposed to get that first? There's no way. It's
How
always last.
Yeah, how drunk are these people? Like, what
Probably a
happened to
lot.
you?
Yes. What happened to you in your
Who hurt
childhood
you?
that, hurt people hurt
That you need to
people?
take it out on all of us. Stop taking it out on me. I just want to do it over my coffee in the morning before my child wakes up. That's all I'm
Literally
trying
just
to
like
do to prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. I just want to fight off mental disease. Let me be at peace.
you please just let me do it and just let me just have this like slow
Strands too. Strands can get fucked. Like kick
I
rocks.
yeah, I've tried to do
So
strands,
mad.
but then I'm like I look at it and I'm like I don't my brain I can't.
I know.
But sometimes I do it.
Anyway.
But like I guess like maybe over the summer I'll be able to do it more. But yeah, get wrecked. Get wrecked, New York
Yeah.
Times. Word games.
I love you. Like literally do it every morning for 5 years at this point.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Wow.
lots of lessons
Well,
learned. Lots of lessons to
yes.
be learned. Lots of
Yes,
goals.
lots of goals.
But I think
And
year
lots
2
of
is
more
going to
fun to
be
be had.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I
I
think
love
I
it.
think the second it won't be fun, that's when we'll be like, all right, well,
Yeah.
that's all folks.
It's been real. It's been real.
We did it. Bucket list checked.
Yep. Which is also totally fair.
Yeah. You know? We have
Also
something
fair.
out there. We
Yeah.
have something out there. But yeah, well, all this to say is we'll be back for season 2. I
Yay!
hope
In
everybody
mid-September.
enjoys. Yes, in mid-September. Please send us, and we will start with the doc is in. So it'll be kind of, that, but we'll start with the doc is in the last 3 episodes of the Pope, the most powerful man in the
Most
world,
powerful. Yeah.
narrated by the great Liam Neeson, which I could listen to for my entire life.
Oh,
And
all
yeah,
day, every
very
day.
interesting. All day, every day, and it's free. So if you just Google it, you'll find it. For free. If you're interested in the first 3 episodes, it's the couple episodes before. Yeah, and I have loved this. Loved going through this journey with you, Elaine. This has been magnificent.
Yeah.
I've had so much fun, and I can't wait to have more fun, Elaine.
Yay! Fun.
Fun. And I don't know if you have any other thoughts. Otherwise, we can roll it in.
I love it.
All right. Well, take us out, Elaine, for our season 1 finale.
Stay interesting.